In 1918, Oscar was born into the bustling town that cigars made, Ybor City. He grew up in the midst of that colorful world, where tradition, pride, and friendship was the standard. In the 40s, he fought for this way of life and for all the freedoms that mean so much to this country. And afterwards, he settled down in nearby Tampa to raise a family, which included a little fella that would someday grow up to hook fish on the tube. And so this very special mini-series is my tribute to that man that meant the world to me, as I take a look back at his life filled with tradition, culture, and of course fishing. This one's for my grandfather. This one's for Oscar.
Sweet mother of pearl. Look at this bulldog tree. He's coming up. Boy, he's a hunter. Man. Shock in the water. Oh. Tail slapping. All of a sudden down there, boom. That is old Florida at its best.
In 2007, I received some really terrible news. My grandfather had passed away in Atlanta. The last time I saw Oscar was late in 2003. In this very spot at Ballast Point in Tampa, he and I had done a television piece together. It's our first time fishing together.
Yes, it is. It's been a long time which you have done this before.
You're right. You're right. We should have fished before.
I hope we can do this again some other time.
Some other place.
Some other place.
And we don't catch fish now, well, at least we got
a good Cuban sandwich.
We got a good Cuban sandwich to eat.
Yeah.
And those raw, precious images were all I had left. That and a conversation I had with him at one of his favorite spots to eat in Tampa. I remember those Sunday conversations with him over Cuban bread and coffee. We talked about the past and one of his favorite pastimes, fishing. Grandpa, tell me a little bit about Tampa Bay when you grew up and you were fishing the area.
Well, we used to go fishing in my younger days at the Davis Causeway. And then we used to fish anywhere else around Tampa.
Before Davis Island became Harbor Island.
I never fished in Davis Island, but I fished the bridges around Tampa. Okay, and the Sunshine Skyway. Also, we used to go to the bridge in Martin Luther King Boulevard to get bait there.
The Hillsborough River.
The Hillsborough River to get some green crabs, crabs for bait.
Now, what did you catch a lot of fish?
We used to catch a lot of fish, especially at the Causeway.
There were a lot of fish at the Courtney Campbell Causeway at one time.
We caught a lot of trout there.
Big trout?
Well, you know, trout.
No, nobody's going to dispute you, so you could say 28, 30, 40.
No, we caught maybe about 20 or 25 trout in no time at all.
In present day, could I have a trout trip like my old grandpa had? Jimmy himself has a rich heritage of fishing going way back. Even his great-great-great-grandmother was an awesome angler too. Not good on looks though. Got him. Got him. Good trout. Look at that head shake out there. Getting closer, getting closer. Up. Jimmy's using a nylon net there. Just trying to keep the fish under control. Keep it in the water. Don't lose the net, Jim.
Yeah, other side of the ground.
All right.
You got her hook.
The hook right there. You got some pliers? You need pliers? You got it? Jimmy, this time of year, they really haven't come in numbers, have they?
They're starting to show up, but it's still going to probably take another drop of 5 to 8 degrees in that water temperature for them to really move up on the flats. So it's a situation where, you know, these bigger yellowmouth trout are starting to progress in now. Let her go back out.
It's the end of November right now. Do you expect really the pattern of the big trout migrating in to be more a December, January thing?
Late in the year, it's really based on water temperature. When we start holding around 65, that's when those bigger female trout will move up onto the flats. But it usually is mid-December before we start seeing the bigger schools.
Hey folks, there's some people watching. We got company.
Trout, I think.
Is it?
I can't tell. That's probably, I don't know.
Oh,
Trout,
that's a big trout. Let me get the net.
Yeah.
Oh, Jimmy, that's a good one. Hold on.
Ooh.
That's a beauty. There we go.
That's a nice, healthy one there.
Yeah, look at that. That's a beauty, Jimmy. We thought that was a snook at first. He was
Ripping off some drag on us, wasn't
breathing hard.
I was like,
Having trouble there.
look at the shoulders on that thing.
Jeez, that's a beauty. There it is. There it is. There he is. Look at all
That's
that.
a nice fish. That's a nice trout.
That one's got some of its paint peeled off. Maybe from
That's
the
just
line. We are definitely in a pod right out here. When you start getting that, look at that. Look at how fat these guys are. Whew. A little
Healthy
beauty.
fish. Look how big the spots are too. That's always amazing me how big the bigger fish have them real big spots.
You ever been in the tournament where they count the spots of the trout?
No, that would be.
Coming to me. Oh, he's. Ooh,
Nice one. Oh, it is a nice one.
that's a nice one.
Oh, that's a real nice one. Oh, that's all right. I'll go ahead and get one that you're gonna miss.
I missed it. Look, he's still there. He's still popping.
He's popping your bait that came off.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Look at, they're all over right here, guys.
I know.
They're all over.
I see him right now.
Like right there, right there. See where that's at?
Yeah. They don't
Look
care.
at this one. Look at this one. I didn't think he was that big till look at this one. Look at this one, Glenn.
God, dog.
Yeah, we're talking. Look at the yellow. I mean, that's like yellowish orange. There's 2 or 3 chasing her in.
There it is. There it is. He came back for me. Look at the pink on it. We tried artificials, but they're not. Nothing. Oh, you're on. You're on.
Oh, an old straight up hook set doesn't work for me.
Artificials aren't working right now. They are keyed in on this whitebait. And it's definitely working. These are big, nice sized trout. And there's a huge school of them in there. All right.
Golly, that's a good one there. Gotta be at least an inch bigger than Glenn.
See, after a while,
Man,
after a while, the competition thing starts to rear its ugly head. That is a top predator right there. A lot of people look at these teeth right here, 2, 3, 4 of them,
and one pronounced one, but there's a mighty big row
Yeah.
of formidable teeth right in here as well.
You're not gonna lip it like a bass, that's
No,
for sure.
no, got to get it from behind and wet your hands when you do it.
See how long she is.
All right, well, he measures her. I'm going to hit another one.
Yeah, 24. That's what I thought.
24?
24, yep.
Tell me about, we got a couple pictures here. This
Yeah.
is with my dad and your friend John.
There's your dad, me, and John, a friend of ours. And this was caught in Clearwater Beach.
Spanish mackerel, how many did you catch that day?
We caught about 12 of them. You know, we gave some away before we took the picture. You know.
You know, this Cuban coffee's not bad.
No,
It's
it's
not
good.
bad. You know a little bit. You know a little bit. You've been around a long time.
I've been
Grandpa.
around a long time.
You were born in Tampa.
I was born in Tampa, in Ybor City.
And how was Ybor City at that time?
Ah, it was beautiful. That was the place to live.
Could I myself step through the looking glass and find the Ybor of old? Had the march of time erased what was once a vibrant place of culture and diversity? There were slivers of history still peeking out from the shadow of modern day. But I knew that to reach the past of my grandfather's days, I had to visit the old Ferlita Bakery, which now houses a gem of a museum. There, I would learn of why Ybor came to be, and more about the unique heritage of cigar making. Incidentally, a craft which my great-grandfather Francisco Plum had come from Key West to learn.
Alex, I'm glad that you swept out front.
Thank you.
And got some of these leaves up. That's what this is, isn't it? Or is this actually tobacco leaves?
It's actual tobacco leaf, and it's actually different grades of tobacco. And this used to be a specialized job in the factory. Actually, separating tobacco was a job. And so what they would do is they would look at the color of tobacco, and you can see different colors, and you can see different thicknesses in the tobacco.
Let's talk about these fellas back here because they're the backbone of the cigar industry back then.
I try not to romanticize it too much because, again, people are like, there's no air conditioner in there. They're sitting very close together. But when you start to compare it with other factory towns and you compare it with mill work, a lot of our labor laws came out of children having accidents in these mills up north. Here you were, you came into a cigar factory, you sat down at your desk, you were brought coffee from a local restaurant while you worked. You were allowed to take cigars home with you at the end of the day, which is incredible in a factory that they allow tobacco to leave the factory. You can tell by the way they're dressed, they're proud of their environment. And as they worked, you know, to have this gentleman reading to them, this lector, reading to the workers.
That's what they call them, lectors?
Correct, lectors.
That's an amazing thing. I've never heard of that in a factory, but you're right, he kind of educated them. He was their teacher.
For the time period, you would think most factories would frown on that because the idea is if the workers are basically hearing these stories and hearing the newspapers, eventually that's their education. And pretty soon you would find them unionizing and having large battles with the cigar manufacturers. And so it was just amazing that they allowed it to exist for the amount of time that they did.
Well, it looks like these workers here had their own community, and were they allowed to talk to each other, or was everything happening so fast that they didn't have time? How many cigars did they have to make? Was there a time quota?
No time quota, but you had a quota on the number of cigars you had to do. So normally we're talking about 150 to 200 cigars in a day. If you could do that in 6 hours, then you could leave. If you wanted to stay longer, it was to earn extra money. So again, a lot of control of their own environment. The idea was we want to get done as soon as possible because we want to go to the social clubs. We want to play our dominoes. We want to play our cards. On the weekends, they wanted to go to dances with their wives and families. So the idea was, let's go in the factory. Let's stay concentrated on the work. It was a very quiet environment because they wanted to be able to hear the lectors' stories.
Yeah.
And you have to imagine that wasn't entertainment for them. That was the way to educate themselves.
Master cigar maker Dagoberto Troncoso still demonstrates his craft for visitors to the museum. Vincent Martinez Ybor would be proud. It was Mr. Ybor himself that purchased 40 acres of scrubland in 1885 and founded a company town dubbed Ybor City. For the countless immigrants that flocked there, Ybor's company even built small houses that his workers could purchase for cost, hoping that home ownership would keep his employees from migrating back and forth to Cuba, as was common practice among cigar workers in those days. Let's talk about that trout bite in this Reel Tips, folks.
A lot of times you can have a small window of a trout bite. You have those days where you go, man, it was going good for a few minutes, and now what happened? And maybe they just moved off of you, and it could be a good thing, a good plan to move either right or left if you think they win in that direction. But don't overshoot them and spook them out.
Recently, I had the chance to visit one of the few remaining working cigar factories in Tampa Bay. In 1953, the J.C. Newman Company took over this factory for the Regensburgs, who owned it from 1910 to 1951. And I had a chance to speak with President Eric Newman about this factory.
Eric, you have almost like a mini museum in here. It's not just a factory that produces cigars. You've got a slice of the old life here.
Slice of history.
Yeah, tell me about some of the exhibits that you have here. What do they represent?
Well, Glenn, this represents about 113 years of our family company's history. My grandfather came from Austria-Hungary in 1888, settled in the new country. His brothers became tailors. He wanted to become a tailor, so he became a cigar maker. His mother paid a cigar maker $3 a month to teach her son how to make cigars. In 1895, it's actually my grandfather's mother came home with an order for 500 cigars. So he converted the family barn, which is the last building on the end, into a one-man cigar factory. My grandfather borrowed $50 from his mother, bought 2 bales of tobacco, found some old boards, and the J.C. Newman Cigar Company was born.
Take us to this factory now, and this is a big symbol of it. It's even named after this clock.
Glenn, in Tampa is the fine cigar capital of the world. The cigar industry came to Tampa from Key West, where your great-grandfather came from,
right,
in
Francisco.
1886. And at one time, Tampa had 125 to 150 cigar factories. Each factory, almost every factory, had a nickname. This was known as the El Reloj factory. El Reloj is clock in Spanish. And you see the clock, you can see our factory tower, our clock tower for miles around. Back when this factory was built in 1910, people didn't have clocks or watches. They would get up by the hourly sound of the clock, go to work, go to school, eat, and go to bed. So this was truly an icon of 1910 for 50 years. We refurbished the clock. The clock hadn't worked. It stopped working in 1951, and it was idle for almost 50 years, 51 years. And then we wanted to make it part of our museum, the centerpiece. Tampa has a lot of storms, a lot of hurricanes, and every time we had a hurricane, it knocked off a clock face to our tower. When we refurbished our clock in 2002, we only had one clock face left from the original 1910 clock, and that's it. That's the original wooden clock face.
On another trip to the Newman factory, I was lucky enough to have a chance to tour the factory before the season closed down. And Vice President of Operations Richard Dolak showed me around. Machines which had hastened the demise of the making of cigars by hand filled the rooms with an authoritative air. Not every machine, however, worked on command, as the elevator was in a bad mood that day. In the factory basement, I learned of the importance of airing out the tobacco bales. However, the real treasure hidden in these ancient walls was a lone bale of Cuban tobacco acquired in 1958 before the Cuban embargo of 1961. Though I was disappointed, after so much time has passed, this tobacco looked and smelt like old beef jerky.
Folks, the only place in Tampa you're going to find a snow shovel. And Rich, what is this for? What you got in there?
That's for you. That's for tobacco.
I'm working the factory today. Holy mackerel.
This was not my idea of the perfect job. I'll stick to fishing. Folks, let's make a stop at the Courtney Campbell after these messages and the email bucket. It's an offshore family affair this week, and first up is Christine Estes with a nice kingfish. Next is Dalton Estes with a large bonita he caught on a flat line with a threadfin herring. And thanks for the pics, folks. I know my grandfather loved to fish the Courtney Campbell Causeway, so recently I decided to try my luck there.
All right, Don. I'm ready for some shrimp to fish the Courtney Campbell. Can you give me a few tips? What's happening at the Courtney Campbell these days?
Well, they've been catching a lot of drum, redfish, some speckled trout, and a lot of big sheephead down there. They've been using fiddler crabs, sand fleas, and different sized shrimp.
Heading over to the north side, I decided to make it hard on myself and sight cast sheep's head.
Rudy, you have had some pretty good luck today. You've got the elusive sheep's head that we can see as we walk along this seawall. What's your secret?
Basically, there's no secrets in this, I use him today, oysters, from the rocks.
Yeah. So you're actually hitting the barnacles and getting it from there.
Open it and use my knife and put them in the hook. Just cast next to the rocks, and that's about it.
There's one going for it. Got him. Got him. I got him. Look at this, folks. This is not easy to do. Sight casting sheep's head. You got to be patient. I did it.
And so, folks, my journey has begun as I wind down this road that leads me through Tampa Bay's past in hopes of seeing what life was like here through my grandfather's eyes. The passing of my grandfather last year marked a time of reflection for me. Tampa was where he had lived, but Ybor City had always been truly his home. It's where I continue my journey to find his past and perhaps a missing piece to my own heritage. Staying the summers in Tampa with my grandparents as I was growing up, I learned food played a big part in their lives. But it was unique food born of deep tradition.
All right, here comes Laz with the food. What you got there, Laz?
This is the Cuban bread.
Traditional Cuban bread.
Yes, with butter on it.
Of course.
Filet of grouper was a highlight for me with a side of moro rice. But this dish was new to my palate.
Now this is a strange looking thing. What is this?
It's a Spanish root.
It's a root?
It's a root. It's like a Spanish root.
Okay, and what comes with this?
That's the mojo. That's the flavor to add to it.
That's the flavor to add to it. Okay.
Very delicious.
All right, we're gonna eat some root.
Dining out in the old days when Ybor was in its prime was really a celebration of sorts. A time to gather, dress up, and share the news of the day. Ybor streets were once lined with markets that offered an amazing selection of foods from multiple lands. Today, only silent remnants of those colorful days exist. They beckon me, though, to step back into the world where the melting pot of different cultures created wonderful recipes unique to Ybor City.
All right, let's see what's cooking here, Alex. Let's see what's cooking in there. This is Cuban bread in here.
Correct, it's Cuban bread. So the question is, why would Sicilians make Cuban bread? And I would tell you they knew their market very well. They knew there was a lot of Cuban cigar rollers coming to this area, They actually named it originally La Joven Francesa, and that was actually a popular bakery in Cuba. Again, they knew their market well, and they were a major supporter of the community by providing bread to the families in this area.
Besides Cuban bread, what else would they make?
They could also make pastries, little cakes.
Guava pastries.
Guava pastries.
Even though there were no guavas in the area, they brought them in.
And really, you can almost think of the museum at one time being split in half. One side would be a commercial side where they actually sell bread out of. The other side would be an area where you could buy things almost comparable like Little Debbie cakes. At one time, we had a large fire here that actually destroyed the building, but we have an original oven. It dates from 1896. And then we have another oven that was built in 1923 when they actually rebuilt on this same site here.
Have you actually been in there in a while? Because I see bones back there.
I actually have to crawl in there and change the lights, and it's scary enough.
It's scary, isn't it? But it's really interesting. Well, let me ask you, the breads that are all the way, would somebody have to go up in there and put the bread in there?
We actually have a long wooden pole here, and that would actually be used to slide the bread in and out.
Oh, I see. Yeah, at the end right here.
But there was a gentleman that had to go in and do repairs on the ovens. And his relative, actually his son, still gives tours here in the museum. And he would tell stories of how his dad, at one time, would have to wrap himself in burlap sacks. They would wet the burlap, and they would slide them into the oven while it was still hot to do repairs on the ovens.
Did he get burned? Was it that hot?
He would get burned, but usually what they try to do is keep him in there for a minimum. So usually after about a minute, he'd have to come out and catch his breath, and then they would slide him right back into the oven again.
You may want to think if the museum needs some extra cash is to make this a sauna.
Coming up, a seafood delicacy from Ybor that's long been at the top of my own list. At La Tropicana, I learned about the delicious history that fills every devil crab.
Boy, does that look good.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
one thing that you always can tell with a devil crab, if it's going to be good and authentic, is there's a lot more meat than breading.
Right. A lot of places will try to copy, I don't want to say us anymore, but I think we are the premier place to make these, but a lot of places will try to compensate with breading, and they don't want to put as much meat in there, or other places will put less breading, but they'll put substitute types of crab in there, or fish, or things like that. But to really make it right, you have to use, which this is made of, is Cuban bread.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the crab meat. And the history of this really came about is a derivative of the Cuban croquette. In Cuba, they made them smaller, and they used crab meat. But here, it really came popular during the Depression.
Yeah.
And at that time, they were trying to make the best of everything
they had.
And at that time, we were surrounded by water. We have the Gulf of Mexico here, and crab was plentiful.
Yeah.
And then the croquette was a popular item, you know, in certain cultures. So they took that idea and merged it in here. And what makes it unique to Tampa and Ybor City is the Cuban bread, the crab, but also the spice, the sauce that goes on, and that's your Italian part mixed in this. So that's why you have the Spanish, Cuban, Italian thing, and that's why it's similar to the Cuban sandwich, unique to here, and the devil crab is unique because it's a blend of, again, of those cultures getting into there.
The illustrious devil crab even had its own vendors to carry it to the Ybor folks.
This directly relates a lot to me because my great uncle used to do this, and that's sell devil crabs out of a cart. But
That's
here's a really nice photo, and who was this fella?
The devil crab vendor was a familiar sight in Ybor City, and just like we might see an ice cream vendor or someone today, the devil crab man would go up and down the streets selling deviled crabs. And you know, at that time, a lot of the goods and services that we go to the store for now were delivered. So you'd get your milk delivered, or you'd get your Cuban bread delivered right to your door from the local bakery. And the same thing with the deviled crab man. You could stop him on the street and order a deviled crab, sort of Tampa's version of a crab cake from up north.
Yes, that old crab itself has had a long history here in the Bay Area, especially on how to catch it. From the use of long-poled nets and chicken necks on strings, to more modern chicken wire cages, crab is a sought-after delicacy. I wanted to see for myself how crabs are still harvested these days.
Chris, is this a good time of year for crabbing up in this area?
In this particular area that we're in right now, it's not. Usually this area is more of a May to September, October area.
Yeah.
Offshore this time of year is where you want to be. Our crabs are mainly out in the Gulf, 3 to 4, 5, 6 miles.
Now, why are they so far out?
Well, what happens is in the fall of the year, you get a big female run that will start actually right here. We're at the head of the river where all the springs are. This is as far up the river as you can go. And it'll start right here, and it migrates down the river all the way out into the Gulf, and they'll follow what we call our spoil banks, which is out by our power plant, and then they just head on to the north, and then waves of female crabs from the south will just continue to migrate north. That's what our crabs do. That's what our females do in the winter months.
Most of the crabs that you find inland along the flats, are they males?
Most of the crabs that you catch in here are males. Now, May and June, we'll start moving. We crab as close to the fish house as you could possibly crab, catching real nice males. And you don't see many females throughout the summer months. It's almost all predominantly males.
Now, you're laying out traps in here,
right,
because the crabs are in here at that time.
Right.
Now, this boat that we're on right here, I see, are these what you...
Yes, sir. This is primarily what we use for bait this time of year.
Menhaden.
The Menhaden shad, yes, sir. We actually buy these from our crab customer out of Mary. He brings us bait and we put crabs on it.
Oh, so it's a trade-off.
It's a trade-off.
And you can put these in the traps, and then what? You check them
usually every other day.
Every other day.
Every other day. When they're crawling good, every other day. If they're not crawling real good, sometimes we'll let them sit as long as up to 4 days.
Chris, I see a lot of different colors. I see yellow floats. I see red. How do you know which ones are yours?
Pretty much these crabbers in this area all know each other, so everybody's picked their own color. So that's generally what it helps. Also, our numbers are branded on the buoys in case people do have the same colors. See some stone crabs in there.
And what is that crab?
That's a spider crab. What we call a spider crab. And of course, that's a legal claw there.
Which one? This one
here.
Right here?
So you break that off.
And for people that don't know, you can take one claw.
You can actually take 2 claws if they're legal.
Oh, you can?
These crabs, they have these little feelers so they can still feed.
Right here.
Yes, sir. With everything they need to do right there, they can still feed. These are mainly for territorial mating, but the crab will still live. If you broke both claws off, this crab will still live.
But they won't be able to fight anymore, Chris.
Won't be able to fight. They just go and hide until they grow their claws back, and then they're ready to go. There's a few little blues.
Few.
We got 4 in that trap. Might be starting off a little slow. Of course, a spider crab, we've got an undersized stone there.
A number of stone crab down there, huh?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's been a phenomenal stone crab year up and down the coast.
Is this the normal size for the blue crabs you're
Yes,
catching?
sir. That's about an average size on what we call the females, which is a sookie.
What you got?
Yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a few more stone crabs.
Better? Yeah, that's better.
Though the catch wasn't as plentiful as it had been before the cold weather hit, it was still fascinating to see how these bottom dwellers are harvested. Blue crabs are also known by their Greek translation, which means beautiful swimmers. And with a luminescent shine of blue and red that shimmers brightly off their hardy shell, it's easy to see how they got such a name.
Chris, in almost anybody's book, this would be a nice haul, but it took a while to get this.
It did. And obviously they've slowed down a little bit due to this cold front that's just moved through, so hopefully you wait a few days, water warms up, and they start right back crawling again.
I tell you, this would make anybody salivate, though. There's a lot of nice blue crabs
Yes,
there. And most of them are females.
Most of them are females.
Okay, we got one that we're going to let go because you can't keep these, right?
That's right.
And that's because she has the eggs. That's the egg sac right there.
That's right.
You know, I remember as a kid, we would just clean that off, and what we were cleaning off were a lot of eggs. Millions?
Yes, sir. On average, they have about 2 million eggs per crab.
Coming up, let's use crabs for bait and see if we can confine a mess of convict fish. In cool months, Captain Brian Epperson and I collect free bait from the rocks.
What we're looking for are these little crabs that you find under these rocks, barnacle-encrusted rocks on a low tide. What we're also finding are bloodworms. And there's one right there. I don't know if you can see that real well. Some of them are really deep red. We've got one in there that's a deep red. But this is what a lot of guys used to use.
Oh, look at this, Glenn.
Uh-oh.
Fish under a rock.
A fish under a rock.
And a shrimp.
Brian's fishing under a rock.
Fish and shrimp.
Those
under a rock.
bloodworms are what those guys used to use for redfish and sheep's head. But we're mainly trying to find the crabs. Got some good crabs?
Look at this, a crawfish.
Look at this, folks.
A crawfish.
Or is that a shrimp?
Boy, he's got a big giant claw on one end.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. You're right. Right there.
Yeah.
A rock shrimp? I don't know. Weird things that you find under there. Look at that.
Look at this.
Look at that bloodworm right there. Take the mud off of it. This is along the Courtney Campbell. You used to be able to find them all along the flats. And that's a great bait to use. Here are the crabs that we're finding in okay numbers. Here they are. Let's look at the crabs first, and then we'll look at Brian's little mudfish. That is, see all these little crabs, they get about that big. But these sheep's head will take these small ones too. Hey, bring that back. Come back here.
Hey.
Come back here. Let's look at this guy.
Underneath the rock.
Look at him.
He's 30 feet from the water. And he was laying under
It's like rock. They're toadfish, mudfish.
Mother-in-law fish.
Different names for this guy. Look at him. Underneath the rock. He's got water there. When you lifted that up, there's like a pool of water. So amazing the kind of things that you can find here on a flat along the Courtney Campbell.
Let's use our easily acquired baits to hit sheep's head at the bridges.
There we go, sheep's head, sheep's head.
Sheep's head?
Sheep's head.
Come on, wrangle it, wrangle it. Sheep's head.
Baby.
There she is.
Yeah.
That was on the crab, right?
Yes, sir. Got him. I caught him. There we go.
That's it. There he is.
Good job.
There
I think you got, oh yeah, that's sheepy.
Yeah. That was the shrimp.
That was that little shrimp, huh?
That little shrimp we got in the rock, yeah.
Good
Wasn't
catch.
having much luck on the crab, so I went to that little shrimp, and Brian just put one on, and I got the jab pretty quick.
Good catch.
Yeah. Very heavy. Small sheep's head, but he's very heavy. Big stomach. All right. On that little shrimp.
I got him.
Get him up, Brian. Get him up. All right.
Nice one. Nice one.
Bring him on up. What was that, on a crab?
Piece of shrimp.
Piece of shrimp?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. All right.
Look at
I know
that.
you want.
That's a good one.
I know you want an important magazine picture to send to a magazine, so I've got I've got this camera I brought over. I found it at the Courtney Campbell ramp. It should be still good. All right, hold still. There. There you go. Oh.
Sheepy.
That's a sheep's.
That's a sheepster.
A little longer than the spade.
That was on a crab.
Good job.
That's a sheepster. All right, I think our hookup ratio is pretty good today.
Yeah,
we're not losing them halfway up. This boy's going back home.
That's a sheep's.
That's a sheep's.
That's a sheep's.
On the crab.
On the crab. Nice one.
Yeah.
Double, baby.
Doubled up. Doubled up.
Doubled up.
Good job.
Ah, you stole my fish.
Ah.
You stole my fish, Glenn.
No, I didn't. It's about time. I got a sheep's. I've been getting those guys. Well, kind of doubled up. Another beauty. Yeah, you're right. When they come up out of that water, they darken up.
Yeah.
These are the two. They look very similar, in color at least.
Well, I mean, look at the note. Look at all this, how similar it is. Very similar fish.
They are barnacle munchers. All right. This is a good one, Brian.
That's a nice fish.
After the email bucket, we are on the prowl for blue crab pasta. This week, we've got some big ones for you folks, and first up is Amy O'Brant with this 32-inch redfish and a 36-inch snook she caught on the same day. Next is Jimmy Coslow with this nice snook caught out on the beach. And we head offshore for our last pick from Jim Snyder and his American red snapper. Carmine, you know one of the favorite dishes that I've had out of here, I always order it, is the baked chicken. How did you make, how did it get that good? Is it an old recipe?
That's a recipe from a Cuban chef of ours down on 2nd Avenue at the time, and that's a Cuban-style baked chicken, marinated with lemon and...
yeah, you can really taste the lemon.
Really nice, fresh chicken, and we usually serve it with black beans and rice.
Well, that's traditional. That marinade, it really has a good taste to it. But you have another dish that I noticed that I'm a big fan of blue crab. And we're going to have some dishes come out, the baked chicken and a blue crab pasta that's only available on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Now, tell me a little bit about your history. Uh-oh, look, we already got the baked chicken coming out.
Right.
It's our famous baked chicken.
I know it's famous.
Yes.
I know it's famous. It's famous with me, too. Tell me a little bit about Carmine's and how they came to this area, because there was a lot of Italian presence here, not only at Cigar Workers, but in the bakeries and the restaurant establishments.
Well, they moved here because of the nice weather, and they originally came from New York, and they started cooking and making some of their favorite dishes from back home, and crab meat pasta was one of them.
Now, on the original Carmine's was actually on Buffalo, which is now Martin Luther King.
Exactly.
So it catered more towards both Tampa and Ybor.
That's right, exactly.
And what was it before a restaurant? You were saying to me that it was
First, they started out as a grocery, and then their friends started telling them, why don't you start cooking for us? You cook so good, and oh, great.
No, Carmine doesn't get that. I get that.
Yeah, we got to
Carmine,
switch this up here. All right.
Thank you. This building is very old, though. It goes way back. What was it in here before?
This was the Sunshine Thrift Department Store. And I believe the building was originally built in 1902. How's that pasta?
It reminds me of devil crab.
That's what it is.
It's just delicious. It's delicious. Crab, your own tomato sauce that you guys make from scratch.
Exactly.
And the table that this food is on, that we're being served at now, this has some memories for you as well.
Yes, it does. This was the original grandparents' table that we used to eat our Sunday dinners at, and after having a nice dinner, then we'd sit around and play some dominoes.
On this table?
On this table.
The old pastime that is starting to fade away.
That's right.
Let me ask you this, do you still play dominoes?
Every once in a while for the holidays.
Yeah. You have this restaurant is actually named after you, Carmine's. Is it named after you, or is that your father or grandfather's name?
Right. My grandfather was named Carmine, and I was named after my grandfather, and my dad was named Eugene.
This place, Carmine's, is an intricate part of Ybor City as I knew it, and I'm glad to see how it looks now, and the traditions that you are still
carrying on, Carmine.
Thank you very much. We enjoy doing it. Thank you.
Yes, sir, they sure knew how to eat back then. And if you want to create your own culinary tradition, all you need is a long net and some wading shoes, just like the old days. For decades, Ybor's trolley system has connected points of interest for its citizens and visitors alike. During this mini-series dedicated to my grandfather, I've journeyed along those same worn tracks, hoping to find a connection to his past in the city that cigars made. Back in Ybor for this third installment, I went searching once again for connections to this city's rich past amidst the bustle of modern day. One obvious connection that has been serving this community for many years is the La Gaceta newspaper. An old welcome tradition once in my grandfather's household, but still to this day an important source of information for a number of cultures that reside in Tampa Bay.
Pat, this newspaper right here, or is this a copy?
This is original paper.
Mm-hmm. And they're all in these big books here.
Yes, we've up to 1948, something like that. Then the collection older than that is over at the University of South Florida.
Mm-hmm. And your father, he owned the newspaper?
My father owned the paper. My grandfather started it back in 1922.
And your father wrote articles in the paper?
My father wrote articles. My grandfather wrote articles. It was a family business.
Why was the paper formed in the first place?
Well, the paper started in 1922, and my grandfather started it, and other people had Spanish language newspapers in Ybor City because at that time the Tampa Tribune didn't write about the Latin community. We had to write about ourselves. So to find out what entertainment was coming to the social clubs, about the local news, local crime, this kind of stuff, you had to read your own newspapers.
For your grandfather to start a newspaper here, what did he tell you Ybor City was like back then?
Well, the Ybor City that you had back then was a vibrant place. It was a place where when you went into the coffee shop, people would be gathered around talking about the world. They'd talk about the issues in Spain. They'd talk about revolutions in Cuba. It was a place where people were coming and going. You had daily ships going from Tampa to Havana. Mm-hmm. People would come back and forth. It was an exciting place. 7th Avenue at night would be filled with people. There'd be throngs of people walking down the street.
Parties and get-togethers.
Yeah, you'd have young men and women walking together on the street, and right behind them was the grandmothers and grandfathers watching to make sure no hanky-panky went on.
Yeah, it was kind of like its little town, little community within the Tampa metropolitan area.
Its own little society. It was separated. Cigar industry was a major industry. But, you know, I understand it was a great place to grow up.
Pat, has La Gaceta gone through a lot of changes through its 85th year run?
We have. When we started off, we were a Spanish language daily newspaper. Over the years, we went to weekly as the community started to diversify and started to spread out. And then we added Italian, and then we added English to the newspaper. So today, we're a trilingual weekly newspaper.
Ybor was once an amazing mix of immigrants. Their different cultures blended well together, creating connections that last to this day.
I know you need some thread and maybe some Kirk's Castle. Is that so?
Before there was Walmart, there was these little shops that we had here in Ybor City.
Now these little shops were run by the mostly Jewish immigrants?
Correct.
What kind of things would they sell? Like hardware stuff, anything that you would find in Walmart today, sort of?
Pretty much anything they thought the workers might need. So even in this image that we have here, we have a gentleman selling pots and pans and oil lamps to light the houses, but also landscaping tools. Some of these shops would even sell handguns, fabric to make dresses.
Not only Jewish immigrants, but also German were here as well. And over in this display, you have those are the tops, or the casings, the boxes of the cigars.
Definitely, and the Germans came here and they started a process here, and mostly it was set up as a sales network where you'd have a salesman show you a particular label, it would be ordered. German artists could do their artwork up in New York, also here, and they sent it and they attached it to cigar boxes.
The only thing that's missing is food, and you've got that covered.
We've got that covered.
By the Italian immigrants.
Correct. A lot of the Italians and Sicilians started to open up bakeries here, and that's actually what the museum is housed in, the old Ferlita Bakery.
Back in 2003 at West Tampa Sandwich Shop, my grandfather and I talked of a strong connection that we always shared, fishing.
You talk about Placida.
Yeah.
Now, you told me one time, aside from the fishing, there was something that you saw in Placida a long time ago that not many people in Florida.
One morning we were going to Placida, and we went through Englewood. Englewood used to lead us to Placida. And in the middle of the road between Placida and Englewood, I saw what many people doesn't see in their life. It's a Florida panther crossing the road.
It wasn't a kitty cat, a stray cat?
No. This was no. I guarantee you.
I'm gonna get your Cuban coffee ready while you're talking.
All right.
I'll serve you.
All
There
right.
you go.
All right, that's good.
You used to get your rowboat. You tell me your rowboat and kicker.
And then we rent a boat over there for about $2 for the day, and buy some bait over there. Now you wanna catch fish at that time, and you wanna enjoy yourself and be in the most beautiful part of Florida. You go there.
Boca Grande.
Placida.
In honor of mi abuelo, I'm heading to Fish Placida with Captain Mike Davis after these messages. The trip to Placida almost didn't happen. With nearby boat ramps in repair, Mike and I were lucky that the Gasparilla Marina let us launch there. Placida is a beautiful area, though.
Folks, I've got an official waiting compartment for tackle, and Mike looks like he's got like something for sodas.
Well,
He's got to put his tackle
actually, it's a lunchbox, but it does a great job. And look how much storage it actually can put in here. You can put all kinds of lures, soft plastics. It's got a place for if you want to bring some pliers and spool line.
All right, Mike, we're going to use the wind to our benefit and get upwind to cast down across the hole.
Right, we're going to be working these potholes. We're seeing some mullet activity, some baitfish activity, so should pay off.
There you go.
There you go. Snooky.
And I
nice.
And I got the puffer. Reds, trout, snook, sometimes sheep's head in these potholes.
Mr. Snook. Gasparilla sound, snook. Right?
I thought we were in Placida.
Placida as well. But I've taken the lead. Thank you.
I know. I told you were going to get one on that left side, though. Maybe a trout.
Speckled trout?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice trout.
Not going to touch him too much there. A little beauty. Mixed in with these mullet schools. Here's my line, close up. All right, here we go, back into this beautiful grass. Look at that.
With the water temperature being as warm as it been, Glenn, you could pretty much just put a pair of old sneakers on and wade.
Look at that right there. Did you see that?
I'm going where these snook are.
There we go.
I like another trout.
I think it's a trout. Trout.
Might be ladyfish.
Oh, got off.
Nope, it looks like a red. Yeah.
All right.
Little redfish. The last hit actually felt a little better in there. I was fishing a little slower though, Glenn. That blue tail. Nice.
A trout?
Glenn, I'm
I'm
up on you. I think 3 right now. Well, I got my slam.
Yes, I understand.
I got the snook red and trout though. Oh, good. Best release.
Oh, did you touch it?
I did not touch it.
trout aren't hitting with force. They're kind of dinking it. A bait fish right in there. Whee, let me see that de-hooker. I don't want to touch him.
Oh, that's a nice one too. That's a nice one.
Yeah, that's bigger.
Double trout. This is a nice one.
There we go. Hey, where'd my gulp go? What'd you do with my gulp? I know you didn't swallow it. Coming up after the reel tips, more Placida action and a visit with a painter that uses coffee to create Ybor masterpieces. In this reel tips, let's break down the terrain Mike and I are fishing. Like when angling on the flats of the bay, we're throwing 4-inch gulps into potholes surrounded by really shallow grass flats. All 3 major species are lying in wait for bait or our lures. Trout. That hit a bit harder. I thought it was something much bigger.
Guess what? Red fish on.
Ooh. This is a strong fish. Sailcat?
Nope. I can see that beautiful gold color from here.
Look at this trout. They're thunking it hard.
Glenn, I think I'm getting a substantial lead up on you here on the fish department, by the way.
Wait a second now. Wait a second. 2 fish to 1 right here. I just haven't got my red yet.
He was right on the edge of that grass there.
There it is. I've got a trout pod to my left here before Mike realizes it. Ah, he just did. Now he's moved over there. It's been all trout.
That's a nice
for me
trout
today.
Most of these all have been about slot fish, huh?
Yeah. Yes, Captain. My son Roger goes, aye, aye, Captain. Oh. Oh. Oh, look at this. Boy, he hit me.
Oh, look at the size of that trout right there. Look at the size of that one.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
You missed it.
He went after my bait. That was a big trout, Glenn.
Like he missed it. I've always considered the sea trout like a beautiful work of art, which gives us a natural segue to an Ybor City painter that uses traditional Cuban coffee to make his own works of art. Arnold, you are truly keeping the heritage of Ybor City alive with these paintings. Tell me a little bit about them.
Well, this is an original, and it depicts our Cuban coffee settings, and that's the way my parents and grandparents would brew the coffee. And to relate to that image, it's painted with Cuban coffee and just water, which is one of my innovative mediums that I developed and processed, which is very thick molasses. I paint on canvas, and after I'm finished, then I have a special sealer that I apply to it to protect it. And a couple of blocks from here that's where the Cuban coffee is roasted, and it goes all over the world.
Yeah, you can smell it going down 7th Avenue.
Exactly.
There's still a little bit of the feeling of old Ybor City here and there.
Yes, there is.
And you're one of them by keeping a record of this on these beautiful paintings. When you're painting with your Cuban coffee, do you ever take some sips?
No, I'm waiting to see somebody who wants to take a chance on sipping that real thick molasses.
That would keep them up for probably a week.
Yes, we'll have to call 911 first to see what's going to happen to them.
I wouldn't. It's too strong for me. Yeah. I like it, but it's strong. Arnold, let's talk about this painting right here. Beautiful painting, and also, I guess this is a good secret fishing spot you got right here. Well, at one time, all of this was probably in Hillsborough River, including tarpon.
What it is, and these fish will still migrate into this area, maybe not as in abundance as they used to, depending on the season. Some will go up into the river, and some will stay here.
This is a spot that you used to fish yourself, huh?
That's the Platte Street Bridge, and I used to fish that, and I fished all the bridge all the way up to Florida Avenue.
for snook mostly. Yeah.
Coming up, more Placida action as well as the strongest delectable connection Ybor has to its past. This week's email bucket, we feature catches with a few quirks. First up is Jason Kitwood, one of the cameramen and producers of AA, with one of his first gag groupers caught, along with me and my dad on a great day of fishing offshore with Captain Rick Rodriguez. Next, we've got Irv Carl Hoffer with some nice reds caught up in a beautiful area of Louisiana. To finish up is a redfish caught by Paul Capsalis being introduced to his dog Gumbo.
Nice. That the trout? I can't tell what that is, Glenn. Could be a really large trout or it could be a snook. Snook. Snook it is. Nice. Pretty snook.
Placida snook?
Yep. Placida snook it is. There he goes. God, they got this area figured out. Maybe that's why the redfish ain't in here.
Well, it was time to move on, folks, further up into the creeks. Finally, I did some work.
Up in a creek near the end of the day, and we've got a good fish right here. All right, this is a quality red.
Oh, doubles.
We're on. Watch out.
Roll the motors off.
Yeah. Maybe laid up in here. I haven't even seen this guy yet. He won't come out. There he is. Good red. Good quality red. Take a look at mine. Oh, you didn't really catch it.
Nope.
So that means that...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice red.
Yeah, look at that. He boiled up out there real hard on that gulp.
I can see why Placida held a special place in my grandfather's heart. But there's another place he visited frequently that still provides us today with a special connection to Ybor's heritage, La Segunda Bakery and its Cuban bread.
Okay, well, we after they come out of the scaler, or we hand scale them, depending on how we're working that day. You get them out, and the bread has like a grain, like a board.
Yeah.
Okay, you do it short. The short way is going to come out real tight. If you do it this way, it comes out long and relaxed, and it's easier to roll out.
Yeah.
So what you do is you grab it, hit it, take this over the top, and tuck it under.
Like a burrito?
Like a burrito. Put your palms down, thumbs down.
I got some bad looking, no, you gave me the bad looking ones, you got the good looking one, okay.
And you tuck it up, or you just push it forward, and all it is to close the seam.
Okay.
We did is form the ball, and made it easier to roll out, and gave it body at the same time.
Okay, now what, Manny?
Okay, it goes on the boards. We fill up the boards, it goes 40 on the board. And once we have 40 on the board, we'll fill up the rack, and it goes into the proof box.
What's the proof box?
Proof box is it's a sauna room, and all it does is relax the balls and enables us to roll it right out.
Do you ever come in at night and you see just old guys sitting in there in towels and a cigar in the steam room, in the proof room?
No. We actually complain about it. People pay a lot of money to sit in there,
but you complain because it's so hot in there.
Hot.
Don't complain, Manny. Come on. You need to be in there just a little bit more.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Okay, once they come out, they're going to be nice, proof, and relaxed.
Okay.
And this one's not the greatest in shape, but we're going to try to do it. We'll sit there and roll it out to a 36-inch loaf of bread.
Okay.
The ball's going to be about that big, or a little bit bigger.
Okay.
It's going to have some kind of shape, and you roll it out.
Do you guys ever get tired of doing the Cuban bread and just make a pizza?
Okay, so we're going to put the palmetto leaves on. These got to hang over the edge a little bit, straight down the middle. You overlap each one of them here. And once you have it on, flip it over to the downside. And we'll have to measure the bread and get it to the the size we need it so these guys can put the right amount of sandwiches out of each loaf of bread.
Tony, this is the finished product. This is the traditional, historical, famous Cuban bread.
That's it right there.
Now, I've always been fascinated with this. A lot of people don't know what this it's salt palmetto, isn't it?
Yes, it's palmetto, square palmetto, salt palmetto.
That you find around here?
We find all on it in the woods in Florida.
You used to find it a lot more.
You used to find a lot more. They're having to go further and further out to get some of this stuff.
You're going to have to go all the way to the East Coast.
Pretty much.
But what is the purpose of putting the salt palmetto in the Cuban bread?
When the bread is being made, obviously it's soft and wet. The palmetto goes on top. It keeps it moist right underneath there. And during the process of making it, it'll be upside down. They put a palmetto and flip the loaf of bread upside down. As this bread grows and dried, because as we put it in the oven, it has to be dried out. When they flip it right back side up, the only place that remains moist is right underneath the palmetto
in the middle
leaf.
Because of this.
Because of that. So what happens as the bread goes in the oven and starts to rise very rapidly, it's going to break right along that seam. It'll release the gases that are being formed by the yeast.
This is something that's from old generations in Cuba, and it was lost, but picked up here.
Yeah, picked up here
and
by my grandfather. Others that were there because there are other bakeries. I don't know where they came from or how they started, but we are one of the first, if not the first.
Recently, I stopped by a cigar shop in Ybor to buy one for my brother. The smell of hand-rolled tobacco always sends me back to days long past. These streets in the town that cigars made have changed so much, though you can still hear the clomp of hooves on the dusty 7th Avenue, or the blare of a trolley forewarning its arrival. But you have to listen closely. And of course, there is still so many people here that keep traditions alive, keep us connected to our heritage. One connection that can be easily overlooked are the stepping stones that line some of the sidewalks, past and present loved ones, famous and not so famous, or celebrated there, keeping us connected to who came before. Oscar Pla will be there as well, for this is his town and mine. The Ybor of old took its leisure time seriously, and in this episode I explored those traditional pastimes that still exist today, including getting into a tense dominoes match with Captain Ike Carrasquillo. Stay hooked. One of the most recognizable landmarks in Ybor still stands as a testament to history's durability. Once a location for the famous Las Novedades restaurant, another Ybor icon now resides there. On this day, Captains Ike and Alex Silva were going to teach me dominoes.
Glenn,
Yeah.
you ever heard this sound before?
No, I haven't. I haven't played dominoes before.
Well, Glenn, let me tell you that this is a very familiar sound in Ybor City.
Or it was.
Still is.
People still play dominoes down here?
Still play dominoes. It's part of their nature. You know, it's part of their heritage to play dominoes. There's a lot of stuff that happens between a game of dominoes. History's made between the game of dominoes. Business is made between the game of dominoes. You were probably thought of during a game of dominoes.
that could very well be true.
Or myself at that.
I know that cigar workers, after the end of the day, when they were done making cigars, that they would come home, get dressed, leave their family behind, and go on down and play at the clubs dominoes most of the night.
Yes, they play all night. All night. That's all you hear is all night, isn't it?
That sound.
You hear the dominoes smashing real hard, people yelling, and oh yeah.
What is the objective of playing dominoes? What are we trying to get to? How do we win?
Well, basically, when you're actually playing, you want to get rid of all your high numbers. Look at all the numbers, get to know them.
Yeah.
Generally, like in this game we got here, there are about 10 numbers to each one. Like I say, we got about probably 10 of number ones and 10 of number twos. So you basically got to figure out who are holding them.
Yeah, because you're laying down the numbers, trying to match them to eventually get rid of the 7 that you started with.
You want to get rid of all your high numbers.
All your high numbers.
But then again, you need to watch your opponent because you could always fake like you're passing, and you're not.
You're
they
not.
Don't
You're
know
just
that,
waiting.
And you're waiting until you either lock the game up or you're done with no dominoes, or at the end of the game, whoever holds the lowest number is the winner.
All right, well, let's try a hand. All right, you've mixed them up enough. All right, can I go first?
And there you go. Okay. This is going to be fun because you don't know how to play.
Yeah, I know you're going to take advantage of that, aren't you?
Of course.
But in the editing room, I can make it look like I won.
I've seen what you've done with editing. Just don't put my head on somebody else's body.
Can I go like that?
That's it.
I'm learning it. I'm learning it. All right, while we're playing, we are going to drop out for the audience, for the folks at home, because they want to see fishing, not you losing at dominoes. They want to see some fishing. So we're going to do some fishing around the Tampa Bay area.
Specifically around the historic port of Tampa.
This is the old Seabreeze fish house that was here and the Seabreeze restaurant.
What do you got here? A snake? Are you a snake handler?
It's my gaff. I don't have a hammer with me. Why are you always ragging on me?
It does look like a snake stick. That's what my dad used to have.
Yeah,
to hold the snake
Watch your
down.
footing here because it's slippery.
Is this historic right here?
This is historic. Look at it. Look at that construction right there.
That's from 1784.
That's quality construction right there.
1784.
Hey, it's still here too.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of stuff that from back then.
Whoa.
That worked real good there. Better be careful.
You got one shot at it.
One shot, and you get scraped, you also get cut real bad.
Oh yeah.
All right, that's a good, that's a good hammer. Yeah, actually it does work.
We moved on to fish around the port. Ike was nice enough to take me along the scenic route. I wonder where the rest of that car is.
Come on. It's not your typical sheep's head hit. These are real light hits. Got him. Whoa, look at that. These guys are so good at stealing your bait. Not yet, fella, I'm still talking. And I wait for the heaviness to get him. All right, he wants to go. The good stuff. Ike, let's see your fish.
Let's see your... I'm just gonna cut my line.
That is a decent snapper, my friend.
Well, I decided to use something different. So let me put a jig and bounce it off the bottom.
Yeah.
Had no idea this ladyfish was gonna hit my jig.
You weren't even paying attention there for a second in it.
Me? No.
That's a big snapper.
It's a big ladyfish.
At least some of us are doing some work, getting the quality fish.
We moved on, passing huge ships. My thoughts drifted back to Ybor's past, where newly arrived immigrants probably came through this passageway. Ike, though, was pointing us to McKay Bay, which I hadn't fished before.
The McKay Bay Red. Ike, fish in McKay Bay, it looks nice. And this is considered McKay Bay, even
that wasn't good.
Get him, Ike. Oh, he killed that red. He landed on his face just now.
Just fine, Glenn.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Sorry about that. Next time I'll hold you. All right, Ike. Now we know how to kill redfish, but now tell me if you're going to fish McKay Bay, and this is McKay Bay here, not just the incinerator area.
No, this whole area right here.
This whole area is McKay Bay.
That's correct.
Is there any specific thing you would say to find fish in here? Because it's a lot of open area, but there are oyster beds around. I guess you're looking for the oyster beds
I'm looking
along the sides.
for a structure because there really isn't much grass around here. I'm gonna put this guy in there before he actually dries up on me so I can catch him another day.
Okay.
So much for being dead.
Brain dead.
playing dominoes has made me hungry, so let's grab some traditional Ybor chow.
Tim, I'm looking at some authentic Cuban sandwiches here, ain't I?
Yes, you are.
What makes it authentic? This particular style of how you made this.
Well, the Cuban sandwich actually was a cigar worker's lunch, you know, in the old days. Original Cuban sandwich, of course, has Cuban bread, but the traditional Cuban has smoked meat, smoked ham, roast pork. Ybor City Cuban sandwiches have Genoa salami or hard salami from the Italian influence in Ybor City. If you get a sandwich in Miami, it's mostly just ham and pork. But it has Swiss cheese and dill pickle. The original sandwich had butter on it. And basically
it was pretty basic. It was pretty simple.
Oh yeah, it was
just butter and meat.
Yeah,
butter and meat. What about cheese?
It has Swiss cheese.
Where did the pressing come in? Is that old-fashioned? Did they have presses
back then? No,
actually,
Angela used to heat all of his sandwiches in an oven. And pressing influence came in the 80s when they had the Mariel boat lift. We had a big influx of Cuban people coming into the States. That's when the press really came in vogue. You know, I'm sure they used them in Miami before that, but in Tampa we really didn't use them that much.
Okay. All right, who won? Who won? You're having some trouble there, huh? Who won? Can you say?
Good, you won.
And you better believe I won. I predicted it, didn't I? Wait a second.
I could see the tension was getting to Ike as the competition heated up. But Ike and I have had a friendly rivalry going back to 2003. The same day that I was taping at West Tampa Sandwich Shop with my grandfather.
You're kind of showing me up there, Ike. I mean, look at my fish. Your fish could eat my fish. Let's just put it that way. That snook, how big is that snook?
43.
43, is that your biggest snook?
That's my biggest snook.
And so a fishing friendship was formed, like my grandfather had with his old friend John way back when.
Spanish mackerel, how many did you catch that day?
We caught about 12 of them. You know, we gave some away before we took the picture. Okay.
That was a good day. No limits,
that was,
no problem.
That was a story itself, but we won't go
John
into
had a
that.
boat that was going to sink on you. You were worried about that boat.
It was a boat that I thought we're not going to make it back to where we started.
Here's a boat that is seaworthy like its captain, Randy Rochelle. In honor of my grandfather's favorite pastime, catching Max, Randy puts me on the king of them. Before I go hunting down the kingfish, in this Reel Tips, let's take a look at the two mackerel together so that I know the difference. And look at that lateral line. It drops at the second fin on the kingfish. And an easy way to spot a Spanish mackerel is the black tip on the dorsal.
Randy, I've heard some good reports on kingfish this year in 08. How's your experience been?
Well, we've been fishing some tournaments down south and off of Fort Myers, Naples, and Marco Island, and the bite down there was outstanding. And I'm looking for the bite up here to be about the same. It's been a little slow because we had that late season cold front to come through. The bite hasn't quite picked up yet, but I'm hoping over the next week or so we're really going to see things turn on up here.
Well, what is our plan? What are the baits we're using, and how are we using them?
Then today we're going to go out for, we're looking for more fish, more bites than we are looking for that big fish like we would in a tournament. So we're going to go out, we're going to put out some white bait, some threadfin herring, some pilchers, some Spanish sardines, and see if we can't get those schoolie sized fish chewing.
Randy, we're using thread fins. You like thread fins over sardines? Let me see that thread fin. Big way you can tell it's a thread fin. Just this in the back there, that's really
smaller
pronounced.
Scales, little thread fin. Yeah. Not as hardy as the pilchers, but
that's a thread fin. Randy, those balloons biodegradable?
Balloons are biodegradable. We're going to use it so we can get the bait a lot further away from the boat. We're going to let the wind carry the balloon back.
He made a run to me, I had to catch up to him.
Yeah.
Typical kingfish.
Run out, run back. There you go.
Oh man, I hope that's not a big kingfish.
Oh.
This feel familiar, Glenn?
Yeah, it does. I'm putting a little pressure on it, but oh, he's taking it, Randy. I'm at the backing.
Hopefully it's a kingfish.
All right. Gain back, folks. When you can, gain back as much as you can. Did he get off? No, he's still on. He's still on. Come on, buddy.
By the way, it's bouncing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking bonita.
I'm thinking bonita too.
Could be wrong.
All right, I'm coming down. Coming down. Tell ya. Ooh.
Little fat football.
Let me tell you.
Fun, aren't they?
We're getting king crazy in this week's email bucket. Krista Philpott is up with their first kingfish she caught while targeting Spanish Max with light tackle. Next is 15-year-old Thomas McGuire, also with his first king caught off of Egmont Key. We finish up this week with a king caught in a kayak by Mark D'Angelo out by the North Skyway Pier.
We need the luck of the duck.
We need our lucky duck back, but unfortunately it's no longer with us, so we got
to move on. There was a flurry, and then that was it.
Yeah, we caught we had a bunch of fish in bonita, but the bite died here, so we're gonna go find out where they're biting.
And we're gonna send the duck down. Send him down and see what he can see. Quack,
He's
quack.
dressed for the occasion.
So a stinger rig, what we do is to present it natural, tuck the J hook in his nose, come back and tuck the stinger in the side just like that.
Mauler's either got him or something.
This one ate
Yeah.
differently. He's got a J hook, which is rarely happening.
He was hooked twice.
Yeah. And see how the stinger catches him.
The chomper's there, buddy.
Even camera dude Jason Kitwood had to get in on the kingfish roundup.
Let's see him, Jeff.
See that? We've been here, what, 5 minutes and had a knockdown and two fish?
Did you see that splash to the left? Was that him or was
right
that something
after.
else? Did you see that?
Looks like maybe it came and ate a half of your bait if they slashed it. Another fish could have come and got the other piece.
See, Jeff has helped me get this kingfish today. Jeff and his wife, because his wife made a chicken salad sandwich. Gave me a little extra energy to make this run out here.
Make sure you level line that plate.
Foul hook.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Eric. I know this guy wanting to get back to it.
Came by. Oh, there you go.
Whoa! Oh man!
Listen to that.
Do we need to tighten this down a little bit?
No, because if he's stuck with a stinger, he'll just pull out.
I love that sound, Glenn.
Man.
That's what makes the kingfish fun.
Yes, sir. That's why we do what we do right here.
Are we saying this?
I'm going to start turning on him, Glenn. We're going to start going towards him so you can start gaining some line back.
Randy works me when I go fishing with him.
Yeah, I like it when the fish takes up 200 yards to drag and you have to reel it all back in.
That makes me tired of Randy when you talk about it like that.
He's a little bit bigger than the other one.
He wasted all his energy on that run.
There he is again. Glenn, foul hook. Foul finger, ready? What? Another fish on, Glenn.
All right.
Well, we're having to wait a long time in between bites here, ain't we? We're at markers 1 and 2 out at the end of the ship channel, and it's been this way for 2 or 3 weeks now, where you put out baits and you get fish. And they're not big fish, but man, they're a lot of fun.
Now, when they're not big fish, does that mean you're getting a lot of smaller fish, but that's good, right, to see that?
That's why we call them schoolies, because they're in here bunched up. And what we got here is on markers 1 and 2, there's a bunch of threadfin, scad, a bunch of Spanish sardines, and that's what these little schoolie fish are feeding on.
See American again. All about the same size. Stinger's right in the side. This one snagged too?
Yep, right here.
Every one of them.
Sometimes in tournaments when we get the one strike, you get a hard hit, it's him slashing. So we'll run back, drop the clicker off, free spool as the bait's free floating, looking natural. He'll come back, grab it, suck it down, and then it's what we want.
Yeah. Good job, Glenn.
Light tackle. Can I do it? There he is. All the flat. Yep. All the flat. There he is. Yep. Same size as the others.
Yeah.
Made him mad.
Fishing with Captain Randy Rochelle is always drag screaming fun, but it was time to get back to that old Domino's game.
Did I win?
You got it, Glenn.
I won. I won.
A lot of things happen during a game of dominoes, especially people that win and are supposed to win.
Yeah, don't pull out any guns on me because I won. Or knives. All right, let's talk about Ybor City when you were a kid.
Yeah.
What was that like? Because you lived nearby, didn't you?
Yeah, right down the road.
Late 70s, early 80s you were here? Did you still see the traditional stuff happening there, or was it more quiet? Or was
it was more quiet.
Yeah.
You see families walking up and down the street with their kids, going from store to store. There was a lot of places that we wanted to actually just look at, like the old movie theater. Ybor City, as a kid, it was fun to come down here.
Can you still find the old Ybor City, the authentic old Ybor City here if you walk around today?
The only way you can grasp the feel of the old time is actually be around places like the Spaghetti Warehouse, the Cigar Factory, anything like that. Then you kind of feel like
it's still here.
Like it's still here. But if you're just a tourist driving by, you would never know what this place was like.
One more game. Come on, see if you can win. Let's put a wager on it. Your boat against my kayak.
There is one place that showcases the best of what Ybor once had to offer. Combining a wonderful Spanish dining experience with traditional flamenco dancing, which is amazing to watch.
And flamenco dancing itself is not a Cuban tradition, it's a Spanish tradition.
Spanish, yeah. It's originally from Spain. It's an art form that has been, developed through the years.
And that's many years, right?
Many years.
Many years, going way, way back.
Way back, yeah.
What makes flamenco dancing different than other types of dancing? What is it about it?
Flamenco, since it started, it has different dances from different countries, India. So all the involvement has made flamenco what it is. At the same time, it's an art form that has been done for so many years and it's famous around the world.
How long has flamenco dancing been happening here at the Columbia Restaurant?
Here, I believe back, you talk in the 1930s.
Yeah.
But back then, it wasn't like now, it was maybe once a week kind of thing, here and there, maybe seasonal kind of thing.
Old Ybor City still thrives to this day in her people that keep traditions and wonderful pastimes alive. Everywhere you walk in Ybor City, you stroll through the past. Mr. Ybor's original cigar factory still looks like it just opened yesterday. In archways that bolstered the famous Cherokee Club, still beckoning a passerby. As does Teddy with a resounding bully. In Ybor, there are enchanted gateways that lead to majestic social clubs where everyone knew your name. Some buildings have gotten second chances and different uses. A clinic, now a bed and breakfast. Then there are the special landmarks where revolutions were the talk of the day. Ybor City has so many stories to tell, of lives and moments, vibrant and rich. My story now belongs here, a story that began long ago with my grandfather Oscar. I wanted to pay one more visit to Alex Kinder at the Ybor Museum, hoping to learn more of a famous revolutionary.
This is Jose Marti, who was at one time a poet. He had written for several different newspapers in Central and South America, but he became the leader of the Cuban Revolution. So when we talk about George Washington, the Cuban people, they talk about Jose Marti.
So that he means a lot to them.
He means a lot to them, to the point anywhere he stood becomes almost an area of historical significance for them.
Well, did he come to Ybor City to make speeches?
Yes, he did. He came to Ybor City and he actually gave us a very famous speech on the steps in front of Mr. Ybor's factory. So in Ybor City, we have the spaghetti warehouse that's actually inside of Mr. Ybor's old factory.
Right.
And on the other side, there were the steps that Mr. Marti actually gave the speeches to the workers.
And is that him right there?
That's
on the
correct.
Steps?
He's on the steps there. He's giving the speech to the workers. And when he came to Tampa, he would stay the night. And he always stayed the night at a lady's house. Her name was Paulina Pedroso. She was a homeowner here in Ybor City. She so loved the Cuban Revolution that she would make sure to taste his food, Mr. Marti's food, before he ate to make sure it wasn't poisoned. She sold her house. She sold it to a Cuban family. The next Cuban family sold it to another Cuban family. But by the 1950s, this was a very poor community. There wasn't that many Cuban people left to buy the house. So they actually sold the land to the Cuban people. The house was in such bad shape that they actually tore down the house and they put a statue of Jose Marti where the house once stood. But additionally, they actually brought in soil from Cuba and placed it around the statue of Jose Marti.
That's amazing. So that's actually Cuban soil.
It's actually Cuban land and Cuban
Another
soil.
country.
It's almost like an embassy that we have right here in Ybor City.
You gave me a good idea. When I have bad shows and I know that the people don't like them, I'm going to have Jason taste all my food.
That's a good idea.
You
I
think
think
that's a good
Jason
idea?
would be happy to sacrifice himself
After
for
the
you.
jokes I've said today, he may need to start tasting the food right away. You've been very, very informative,
Glenn, it's a pleasure.
Alex, and I encourage people to come down to this museum because it's great history, and Ybor is such a colorful place.
Thank you. In terms of immigrant communities in the South, we talk about New Orleans and Ybor City. So the significance of it is incredible.
Very significant,
and we hope that
historically.
people can come in and visit us.
I wanted to see for myself where Jose's statue sits on Cuban soil. So I hopped on Ybor's famous streetcars to take me there.
Eric, I missed the bus, so this is my last chance. I got to take the trolley.
You sure do.
I'm glad you waited.
Well, come on in. Let me tell you about it.
All right. Watch my step here. All right, Eric. Am I at the controls today, or no? You
Sure.
don't trust me for that. It looks complicated. It looks like a railroad setup.
It is. It's a streetcar. You've got your power is controlled by this apparatus here called the controller. And then this is your brake stand. It runs the brakes. And the little handle over there opens the door.
Now, what is this?
You can push on that. That's the whistle.
That's cool. I want that in my car. I think that'd be nice in the car. All right, we're gonna park this thing, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna run back into the barn.
Well, before we go to the barn, tell me about this car itself. It's got a real special story.
Yeah, this car was built in the 20s by St. Louis Car Company for the original Tampa system. It ran in Tampa until 1948 when it was scrapped and became an apartment in the back of a house in Sulphur Springs. Some volunteers found it and restored it to the way it is today. And we run it mostly as a charter car on the system, and we also take it out for special events.
All right, let's take the baby in.
Okay.
Is there a name for this car?
This car is numbered 163.
We're heading to the barn.
Yep, heading back into the barn.
Why do they call it the barn?
Well, in the days of the horse cars, they would have stabled the horses here and the cars in the barn.
Eric, most of the people that ride the streetcars now, are they tourists?
Yeah, most of our ridership is tourists. 60% of our ridership is tourists right now.
And really the streetcars are only utilized in Ybor City right now?
No, we go from Ybor City down to the Channel District and downtown.
What happened to the streetcar in this area? What was it that affected it that made maybe a downhill turn until recent years?
The system in Tampa was purchased by National Cities Lines in 1946, who was trying to modernize the system. They modernized the system with diesel buses and shut the system down in 1948.
Back then, why would the cigar workers use the streetcars?
The people in Tampa used the streetcars to get around. They used streetcars to get to their businesses. They used streetcars to get home, streetcars to go shopping. It was pretty much their transportation. With a streetcar, you could get on it anywhere from every 30 seconds to every 15 minutes and get anywhere in town you wanted to go. There were 50 miles of track and 200 streetcars.
For the rest of the ride, I sat back and reflected on things. But it wasn't long before we arrived on a lonely back street, and I got a glimpse of Jose's stark white statue as it seemed to urge me to stop and listen to him from his place on Cuban soil. Coming up, I fish with my dad and brother for the first time ever. Here's a story that my grandfather would have loved to have heard. My dad, my brother, and myself fishing for the first time.
Look who's here. The family has arrived.
All right,
The
wonderful.
family.
Hey, young man, how you doing, doggone it?
How you doing, good? This is Rick Rodriguez.
How you doing, sir?
Glad to meet you, Captain Rodriguez.
Pleasure to meet you.
Rick, nice to meet you.
One of the best grouper fishermen out there.
I lived in North Miami. You see the fish off the river back and forth.
Greg, it's been quite a while since we fished together on camera.
It's been a while. About 4 years?
I had to, yeah, it's been about 4 years.
Yeah.
I had to lay off of it because I beat you so bad in that segment that I felt that you may have been a little scarred by it.
We might have to watch that segment again for some proof. I don't know about that, but...
Rick, last time I was with you, we used a combination of different things. Sardines, I believe we used sardines, or were they thread fins? These are thread fins,
We had
aren't they?
sardines, threadfin herring, and we had some mullet.
And mullet, yeah. The mullet scared me because of what you were saying, that I was going to get pulled in and never seen again.
Right, right.
And that you were going to take my identity and be the new average angler. But not average, you would be more than average.
So if we catch a grunt right now, then I know we're on top of the grouper. If we don't catch a grunt, then I need to reposition the boat and get right on top of it. We just fell behind it a little bit. That's what we need to do.
It's so important, Greg, to make sure that you're in the correct position. Because right then, not one bite anywhere.
Not one bite.
From all 3 or 4 rods actually out. And the matter of the snapper or the grunts, if you find the grunts, then you know you're on.
Right.
The other thing, you got to have Led Zeppelin on.
Led Zeppelin.
Too. Gotta get back, gotta get back. Lonely, 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 lonely. Nice. All right, you got a good one there.
It's a keeper.
Yep.
All right.
There you go. Take a look at that.
All right. Here, you're gonna do good.
I got him. Got him? I got him this time. There he is. Yeah. There he is. Well, thought he was bigger.
Yeah.
Reeling. Nice one.
That's a bigger fish. All right, stop reeling.
The keeper?
Yep.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Keep it for a few seconds. Out of season.
It's a beautiful fish.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. He got snagged. All right, Dad, I don't want to take your focus off the fishing. I wanted to ask you, have you grouper fished a lot?
Well, my father and I used to go out with a friend of his that had a big 42-foot boat years ago. We used to catch black grouper, you know.
Did Grandpa like to fish grouper a lot?
His favorite fish was mangrove snapper. He'd love to eat mangrove snapper.
Where would you guys fish for the snapper? Did you fish inside the bay at all for the snapper?
Well, we'd go down, when he fished for snapper, we used to go down to Placida a lot and fish out of there. And that was...
He liked Placida.
Yeah, he liked Placida.
In this Reel Tips, positioning the bait at the correct depth will dictate what kind of fish you'll catch. Grunts tend to hang higher than the grouper, who use the bottom structure to their advantage. Rick's strategy was to move around a couple of times until we really got on a bite, and boy did it work now.
Yeah, that's a grunt. That's dinner.
Breaking 80-pound line.
Oh, that's a decent fish.
He's on up here.
Man. Yeah, that's a good sign. Got that one. There you go.
Yeah. Got him off the bottom before he...
It's up to... Are they grunt? Oh, no, this is a decent grouper. Got another grunt. These guys are out of season right now. We are a week away from them opening up. Yeah, I think Greg got one. So the grunts are going to be our dinner.
Yeah, Spanish mackerel.
Oh, you got a mackerel?
Get him in a boat, straight up. Father and son shot there.
We were getting rocked, all of us. I think you got me beat right there.
Oh, I got you way beat.
We were getting rocked by these guys by staying on the bottom. But we went up, cranked up 6 times off the bottom, and it made it easier to catch these fish. Is that a grunt?
Yes, sir. Heavy grunt.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, that's more like it. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, that's more like it.
Just like in the 60s, huh?
Boy, this is like a fishing show.
I'd say that qualifies as a really good one right there. Get a father-son shot.
Yeah. There it is. Came back for it. It's probably not Gagzilla, but he's a good one. Yep. That's not a bad one.
That's a nice fish.
Yeah.
Here's another big fish. All right. Pops hooked up.
Yeah.
So you guys got a triple header. You did a photo of all 3 of you hold the fish. Yeah. Ready.
Nice fish, Dad. We're taking photos, folks, as the video is rolling. And this is memory making here. Don't get much of a chance to fish together. My dad has taken over the show.
That's exactly right. I'm catching the bigger fish, that's why.
What's wrong with that?
Look at
Whoa!
Man, take a couple of pictures of that now.
Yeah. Look at that.
Look at that.
That is a beauty. Look at the belly. Is that belly from feeding, or is that belly from
He's eating all of our
coming
spare
up?
bait that's coming off the hooks.
My gosh.
That's exactly what he's doing.
What a beauty. Is that Gagzilla?
It's
No.
close.
It's close.
Can you
Get
take
in there.
one picture of that on that camera?
Hey, we're trying to talk. Even camera dude Jason Kitwood got in on the family action.
Pretty fish. Real pretty fish. Nice fish.
There we go. All right, that's a nice fish there.
Rick, it's one of those days that you rarely have in March. You look out there and it's calm as can be. You find that you have to deal with the weather a lot when you're out here with clients?
Typically March is windier. This is fabulous. This is fabulous for this time of year, no doubt.
Greg, I don't think that Dad wants to leave.
I don't think he does either.
What's it going to take? Dad, we got to get back before nightfall.
Well, let me say this. Does Rick have any kind of a raft or a dinghy I can just put me out here for a while and y'all go in?
Rick, I've never seen grunt prepared in such a fancy way as we have it right here in front of us on the table. We're at Bare Bones Restaurant, and let's go through the different ways of cooking them.
Sure.
Fried, which is a standard, but we also have blackened.
Right.
And picante?
Picante, yeah.
Picante?
That's correct.
That looks like it has capers on it. This
has capers, right?
I've never knew grunts could be look so delicious.
I didn't either. I'm impressed.
You're impressed, I'm impressed. But the one that's impressed the most is this fellow over here, my brother. All right, Greg, you go ahead and dig in. In fact, we're all going to dig in because this is all for us, and we have joining us, of course, the ever great friend of yours, Mike,
Right.
and now mine, and Joel, who's a fan of the show that has shown up just in time for dinner.
That's right.
All right, gentlemen, this is a memory that I'm glad we had.
You bet.
And I'll keep it in my mind for a long time. Here's to you. Thanks to Captain Rick Rodriguez for that wonderful day out with my dad and my brother. Coming up, one last visit with my grandfather. It's time once again for you to shine on the email bucket. Chris Sexton leads it off with his 32-inch snook he caught in Allen's Creek on a Catch Jr. mirror lure. Next on deck is Chauncey Ward with a nice 10-pound bass. And Jeremy Hammond cleans it up with his two 22-inch reds he caught out of his kayak. That day at West Tampa in 2003 is forever etched in my mind, for it was the last of my time with Oscar. Now you're making a big move. You're leaving your hometown, Tampa, and you're going up to Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, well, I have to do it on account of Millie. That's
My grandmother, yeah.
Yeah, that's your grandmother. And then, you know, she's sick, and we decided to go up there to be near Nancy.
Now, we've never fished together, me and you.
No.
Never fished together. But we're going to try a little bit today afterwards.
Well,
a little bit, just a little bit at Ballast Point Pier, one of the old landmarks of Tampa, one of the mainstays.
I don't even know if I know how to cast it.
Well, I'll cast for you. Oh, Grandpa, look at that skyline over there. Did it used to look like that?
It's beautiful. When I used to come here when I was a kid, there wasn't any of those buildings up there.
It was all
There
woods.
was all nothing. Look at that. Looks like a big city now.
Yeah, it does. Tampa's grown up.
Grown up.
You got a fish there or are you stuck?
No, I'm stuck.
Well, it must run in the family. Those small, simple moments that we take for granted become so valuable
when you can't grasp them anymore. I wish I could have them back again. But here and now, there are other chapters to write. And my goal should be to pass on what I have gained to a new generation.
You did it! We're in Ybor City.
Yeah!
Can you believe it?
Yeah!
This is where Grandpa used to live.
Yeah!
That's right. You want to go get some Cuban coffee?
Yeah!
I don't know. You might not like it. You know what else we'll get? We'll get a devil crab. What do you think of that?
Yeah, we get
Yeah.
apple crab.
And then we'll visit the museum. You'll like that.
Yeah.
We'll have a good time in Ybor City, buddy.